ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
14th श्लोक। प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभीः
प्रशान्तात्मा विभाति ब्रह्म।
This is my screen. ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः
ब्रह्मचारी वृते स्थितः
मनस्संयम्यमच्चित्तः युक्तासीत मत्परः
युक्तासीत मत्परः
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं
युञ्जन्नेव सदात्मानं
योगी नियतमानसः
योगी नियतमानसः
Shantim Nirvana Paramam.
Shantim Nirvana Paramam.
Matsamstamadhigacchati.
Matsamstamadhigacchati.
Having talked about the preparations for Nididhyasanam, Dhyanam, from the 8th shloka up to the 13th shloka. Then Nididhyasanam talked about in these two shloka which we saw in the last class. So this is the Antaranga Sadhana and the Dhyanam, otherwise Nididhyasanam. Now further, in the following two shlokas, some aspect of the Bhagiranga Sadhana also is covered. Bhagiranga Sadhana is Karma Yoga Upasana. Bhagiranga Sadhana. Karma Yoga for Chitta Shuddhi and the Chitta Naischalyam Upasana. So again, in the following two shlokas, certain ins or otherwise advice instructions are given. Certain instructions are given. So therefore, it can be considered as covering the Bhagiranga Sadhana, Bhagiranga aspect. That is with regard to the action or with regard to what we consume. That should be how should it be consumed? How should one act? That is that consumption of food and the action, because action involves effort. So the effort, if it is too much, then person may feel fatigue and may not able to sit for Nididhyasana. One may go to sleep immediately when he sits for Dhyana. So there should be some moderation. There should be some moderation. There should be some there should be some balance, some balance with keeping in mind, keeping in view the end, keeping in view the dhyanam, the nididhyasam, for which certain preparation is already talked about, and added to that, this also the moderation in food, the moderation in action, the moderation in relaxation, everything there should be some moderation. There should be mid path, balance. And that is talked about in the following two shlokas. Therefore, they also cover an aspect of Bhagiranga Sadhana only. For Karma Yoga also, this is applicable. A Karma Yogi, a Mumukshu, how he should be. In fact, it is for everybody, for every human being. With regard to what he eats, how much he eats. With regard to the rest, how much he rests, and what time he rests. Similarly, with regard to action, how much he acts. One should not exert too much. At the same time, one should not be lazy also. So both. In fact, for keeping fit, all these things are required. One has to be careful with regard to what goes inside, that is, how much food or what food is consumed, and how much work he does, as in keeping with what is consumed. At least in keeping with what he takes, the work should be, action should not be more, or should not be less. If it is more, then it may result in fatigue. Then therefore, you won't pursue any karma for action later. Similarly, if it is less, he may develop laziness and put on weight also. That's the problem. So therefore, the next two shlokas not only applicable as sadhana for this dhyana yogi, for to do this dhyanam. It is applicable to everyone who is in different walks of life. So therefore, it is these two shlokas, the following two shlokas, are important in maintaining moderation, in maintaining the moderation. That also comes by practice. So one has to learn how to moderately eat, act, and relax. So that is the topic now. Moderation. Mid path. Let us read the shloka number 16. Natyashnatastu yogosti.
नात्यस्तु योगोऽस्ति
न चैकान्तमनश्नतः
न चैकान्तमनः
न चापि स्वप्नशीलस्य
न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य
जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन.
जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन.
As I told, the moderation is talked about with regard to yoga. We can extend this for practical life also. For anyone in any walks of life, this is applicable. If a person follows this, he will maintain definitely a good health. So from the health point of view also, this shloka is applicable universally. Exclusively to the dhyayi, the yogi, dhyana yogi, universally to each and every one. So the shloka says, Natyashnatastu yogaha asti. The na should be connected. Na yogaha asti. So here, the instruction is given in the form of Anvaya Vitireka. Na asti, nasti, not there. What? Yoga. Yoga not there. So not there. So Vitireka. So if you do this, this is not there. If you do this, this will be there, Anvaya. If you don't do this, this will not be there, Vitireka. So any teaching can is generally, you will see any teaching in this way only. Anvaya Vitireka. Doing this, you will get. If you don't do this, you don't get. Vitireka. So yogaha asti, the shloka doesn't say. Yogaha nasti. Therefore, Vitireka mukena. The upadesha, the instruction is given in the form of Vitireka. So from that we have to infer what should be done. So yogaha nasti. Yogaha nasti. Yoga, dhyanam. Here we are talking about dhyanam. So yogaha nasti means dhyanam nasti. The person cannot lead a contemplative life. Tasya yogaha na bhavati nasti. Kasya natyashnatastu atyashnataha. Atyashnataha yogaha nasti. Atyashnataha yogaha nasti. Ash means to eat. Ashnati eats. Kadati ityartaha. Ashnati, ashnitaha, ashtanti. Ashnati. Ashnataha, shatranta. Ashnan, ashnantau, ashtantaha. Ashtantaha, shashti bhakti. Ashnataha, for the one. Ashnataha, who eats. Ashnataha, na ashnataha, anashnataha. Na ashnataha, anashnataha. So, nasti ashnataha, nasti anashnataha. Anashnataha comes later. The chaikantam anashnataha. Nastyanash, natyashnatastah, natyashnataha. Nasti ashnataha. Nastyats, it is sandhi. Nasti plus ashnata m sandhi. So you have to split. Nasti ashnataha. Natyashnatastu yogaha asti. So ashnataha yogaha nasti. Anashnataha yogaha nasti. So ashnataha, for the one who is eating. who is eating, yoga not there. Then how can one survive without eating? Without eating, you cannot survive, you cannot do any action, you cannot survive. So here, Ashnataha means for the one who eats too much, beyond the limit. No moderation with regard to the eating. He consumes more. For the one who consumes more than he can consume. More than he can consume means his stomach is almost at the stage of explosion. Tasya Ashnataha, referring to that person. Tasya Shatranta, Tasya Shashti Bhakti. Tasya Yogaha Nasti. For him, yoga not there. Then what is there for that person? He is an overeater, voracious eater. For them only Bhoga. Bhoga is in eating, like it's called piggish eater. He's piggish at the dining table, we say. Is a bhogi. Therefore, there is Bhoga, enjoyment. Yes, liking for the food, delicious dishes, consumes a lot. Therefore, Bhoga. Bhoga will be followed by Roga. So where Bhoga is, there Roga is. Where Bhoga is, there cannot be yoga. Therefore, yoga nasti. Why yoga not there? Because Bhoga is there. Bhoga and yoga cannot go together. Bhoga and Roga go together. Where Bhoga is, there Roga. Bhoga also, there should be moderation. Too much of Bhoga will result in Roga, will result in disease. So, Bhoga and yoga cannot go together, and Bhoga and Roga go together. So here, for the one who eats a lot, for the overeater, yogaha nasti. So therefore, nasti ashnataha. Ashnataha is the one, for the one who consumes a lot, overeater. With regard to consumption, there is no moderation. He consumes more than the vessel can accommodate. So that is that person. Tasya yoga, for him, yoga not there. Okay. What about the person who doesn't take food at all, does consume at all, is fasting, always fasting? That is also a problem. Natyashnatastu yogosti, yogaha nasti ashnataha. Nachaikantam anashnataha. Ekantam means always. Always anashnataha, not eating. For the non-eater also yoga not there. If it doesn't eat, from where will he get energy? Even to sit for meditation, prana requires energy. When you don't take food, prana will be less operative or prana will stop. If you don't take food, if you starve for days, prana will stop. Prana is nothing but it consumes the subtle energy of the annam, what we intake. That is, with that only prana is sustained. So prana is nothing but the annam only, manifestation of annam what we consume. The energy, otherwise. The food is converted into prana shakti that sustains the shariram. So if you don't take food continuously, we can fast. That is a different thing. That's a good thing. The machine which has been working continuously is given a rest one day. That is okay. But anashnataha, for the one who doesn't eat at all, ekantam is sarvata ityartha, always. He fasts for days. He stops eating. Tasyapi yoga nasti. He will not survive. Then where is yoga for him? So therefore, for the one who overeats and for the one who doesn't eat, ashnataha yoga nasti. Anashnataha also yoga nasti. Anashnataha is nanch. Na ashnataha anashnataha. Na ashnataha anashnataha tasyapi yoga nasti. Therefore, moderation with regard to consumption, about which there is a elaborate discussion in the Gita itself, 17th chapter, about food. The food is classified into three types. Satvika annam, Satvika bhojanam, Tamasika bhojanam, Rajasika bhojanam. So what you consume, the annam, it determines it, as the annam determines the status of the mind. See, as the food, so the blood, so the mind, we say. So the annam what we consume, the characteristics of that will determine the characteristics of the person who consumes that. Therefore, only Satvika Bhojanam is always suggested, Satvika. And for the Sadhaka, for a Mumukshu, it is highly suggested that he should consume only Satvika foods, avoiding onion, garlic, etc. That's why in the ashram they are not served no onion and no garlic. So therefore, with regard to the food, what is taken, there should be carefulness. With regard to how much it consumed also, there should be some alertness, without which yoga is not possible. Yoga meaning dhyana. Here we are talking about dhyana yoga. Therefore, yoga is not possible. Not only yoga, anything is not possible. Any improvement in any field is not possible. One cannot excel in his field. So therefore, meditation not possible for this person. This is with regard to the annam, the consumption of food. Similarly, with regard to sleep, this sleep and the eating, these are the two vital activities which a human being does. Eating, sleeping, and of course, next one is work, action. So here, nachati swapna shilasya, jagrato naivacharjuna, ati swapna shilasya, that is one, and jagrataha is another one. Ati swapna shilaha, is swapna is dream. Dream comes in which state? Not in jagrata avastha. It means swapna shila referring to the person who is sleeping. How much? Ati, beyond the limit, out of the limit, cross the moderation level. So ati swapna shilasya, for the one who sleeps too much, oversleeping, yoga not there. So meditation not there. If he sleeps too much, there will not be time for him to do exercise. There will not be time for him to study. So he spends most of his time in sleeping. So for nachati swapna shilasya, swapnaha shilam yasya saha. For him, yogaha nasti. Okay. Should I be Gudakesha then, like Arjuna? Arjuna has the title Gudakesha. But Guda is Gudakana Ishaha. He has mastery over sleep. When required, he can remain without sleep for days. That is mastery over sleep. That is different. That is not talked about here. Here, the moderation with regard to sleep. Sleep is an action where important action, it consumes 1/3 of the day. Sleep, that is also an action only, that consumes 1/3 of the day. So therefore, how much importance should be given to that? As much importance should be given. Therefore, ati swapna shilasya yoga nasti. The same way, jagrataha api, who doesn't sleep, for him also yoga not there. So who doesn't sleep, oversleeps, for him yoga not there. Who doesn't sleep, sleeps less, for him also yoga not there. If he doesn't sleep, then he won't be active the next day. So therefore, he won't be able to perform action or his duty effectively. He won't be able to meditate. In this context, he won't be able to meditate. In the meditation, he will sleep. So for jagrataha also Shashti Vibhakti, referring to the person, Shatranta only, jagrata, jagratau jagrataha. This Shatranta no numahama, Ishashade. So jagrataha api yogaha nasti. So yogaha asti is that should be connected to these four, Ashnataha yogaha nasti, Ekantam anashnataha api yogaha nasti, Atisvapnashilasya yogaha nasti, Jagrataha api yogaha nasti, e Arjuna. Iti. Therefore, moderation should be observed with regard to sleep, with regard to consumption of food. And there is a shloka which Bhashyakara also in the Bhashyam he quotes. Doesn't quote the shloka, but he mentions. There's a shloka. Purayet annenardham tritiyam udakena tu vayo sancharnartaya chaturtham avasheshayet. Purayet annena ardham. Fill the stomach, half of the stomach with annam, with food. Food is satvika food. Tritiyam and Tritiyam, 1/3. Half with the annam and water, 1/3, third part. So third part of you divide the stomach into 4 quarters. So 2 quarters annam and 1 quarter udakam. What about the leftover 1 quarter? Let it be there empty for the circulation of vayoho sancharanam. Vayo sancharanarthaya chaturtham. The 4th quarter, let it remain free. So therefore, the moderation should be followed so that dhyanam yoga would be effective. So here the Upadesha is given in Vitireka. Na is therefore you have to convert into Anvaya. Yoga asti kasya, for the one who eats moderately. Ashnataha cha yoga nasti. Therefore kasya yoga asti atava, the one who eats moderately. That is Chaturtham Vayoha Sancharanatvam Chaturtham Avasheshayet. Chaturtham Avasheshayet. The 4th quarter should be left free for the circulation of the Vayu, air. The one who eats that much, for him only yoga. Similarly, Atisvapnashilasya yogaha nasti, Jagrataha api yogaha nasti. Therefore, for whom is the yoga? The yoga is there only for the person who practices moderation with regard to that. For him only yoga is. So we have from Vitireka, we have to infer the Anvaya. Okay, this is with regard to the consumption of food and sleep. The next shloka also talks about the sadhana, the same only Bhagiranga sadhana. These are all Bhagiranga sadhana. Why it Bhagiranga sadhana? This is not Antaranga sadhana, not done as a preparatory step before dhyanam. Therefore, it is done, it is practiced, and this is what the person is now. So therefore, Bhagiranga sadhanam. Before dhyanam, these are one gains certain mastery over with regard to eating and with regard to rest. So after that only Antaranga sadhanam, he prepares for meditation and he meditates. Therefore, these two also can be put under Bhagiranga sadhana. So we have to connect the shloka like that. Which are all Bhagiranga, which are all Antaranga. These are in between instructions. In between, Bhagavan feels so, therefore he gives such instructions. Now the next shloka. Let us read. Yuktahara viharasya.
Aharviharasya.
Yuktacheshtasya karmasu.
Yuktacheshtasya karmasu.
Yuktasvapnavabodhasya.
Yuktasvapnavabodhasya.
Yogo bhavati dukkhaha.
Yogo bhavati dukkha.
In the previous shloka, I told it is Vitireka. Atisvapnashilasya jagrataha na yogaha. Tadvat ashnataha Anashnataha yogaha nasti. Now that is Vyatireka. Now here Anvaya. What? Yuktahara vigarasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya. Yukta means proper, moderation. Yukta is the one who does the action in certain proportion, in moderation. That is yuktaha. So the person is referred to by is the name itself. Yuktahara viharaha. Yuktahara viharaha referred to the person. From the person, we can understand what is, from the mentioning of the person, we can understand what is instructed. The one should be Yuktahara viharaha means the one who is ahara vihara. Ahara is eating. Vihara is recreation, other activities. So the one who is yuktaha, proper, moderate in eating and other action, recreation activities. It means the person should be moderate in food, moderate in consumption, and moderate in vihara. Vihara is recreation activities. So that is the instruction. That is the advice we can take from the word yuktahara viharaha, which refer to the person. It's a compound. That is the beauty of the Sanskritam. By mentioning the person who has these qualities, we can infer those qualities or the instruction to be cultivated, to be for dhyanam, to be a dhyayi, to be a yogi. So that is the beauty of the language. So it's a samasa, compound, Bhagavrigi samasa. Ahara is eating. Ahriyate. Iti ahara. That which is consumed is called ahara. Alpahara, breakfast. Alpa is little. Alpa ahara, breakfast. Trudhatu. From that only it is derived. Ahriyate. Ahara is agriyate iti. Aharaha. That is referred to annam. Agriyate anena iti. That by which food is consumed. That could be the any karana, any instrument. Agriyate anena iti. Agriyate asmin iti. Agriyate asmin. That in which it is eaten could be a bhojana shala. So all these things are possible. What vitpatti is. But here, ahara is, we have to take it as karma vitpatti, that which is consumed. Annam ityartaha. Ahriyate iti, aharaha, annam. And vihara referring to the movement, the activities. Vihara. Like walking and other activities, sports, etc. Vihara. Some physical exertion is there, vihara. So with regard to that, aharascha viharascha, ahara viharo, dvanda samasa. So with regard to that, adhara viharo, yuktau ahara viharo, yasya saha, the one who has moderation in ahara and vigara, that person is called yuktahara viharaha. Tasya yogaha bhavati. For him only yoga. It means for it means if if you want yoga, if you want to meditate, then you have to observe moderation in ahara, in eating, and vigara in other activities. That is the upadesha. This is with regard to ahara vigara. Then yukta cheshtasya, cheshta, cheshta meaning action, karma, cheshta. Cheshtasya karmasu, karmasu with regard to action, with regard to karma, yukta cheshtaha. Yuktaha, the one is moderate in doing, moderate in action. Yukta cheshtaha referring to, again, it's a Bhagavad Samasa. Yukta cheshta. Cheshta is karma, action. Yukta cheshta, karma, yasya saha. Yukta cheshtaha, pullinga. Chedinga yukta cheshta it would be. So yukta cheshtasya, Rama Shabdavata. Yukta cheshtasya, the one who does things moderately. I mean, he does what is to be done. He doesn't neglect. He does what is to be done, and at the same time is very alert, conscious, of what he's doing, and therefore living an alert life, and therefore enjoys a leisure, enjoys enough leisure, enough inner leisure for knowledge, for this yoga. Therefore, yukta cheshtasya. Similarly, yukta swapnavabodhasya, the previous shloka, atiswapna shilasya jagrataha was said. Now, for that, yukta swapnavabodhasya, swapna is sleep, so avabodha is waking. Yukta swapnavabodhasya, with regard to sleeping and with regard to waking. Swapnascha avabodhascha. Sleep and waking. Swapnavabodhau. Yuktau swapnavabodhau yasya saha. So with regard to waking and sleep, the one who is yuktaha, the one who is moderate, tasya yogaha bhavati. The word yukta is very important. Yukta is what is proper, what is moderation. It is not universal. It varies from person to person. Depends on the constitution of the body, one's constitution, individual. It's purely individual. What I consume or how much rest I take, that is not universal. It depends on, it depends and varies from person to person. It depends on the person, the individual. So one has to observe oneself what is moderate, and then arrive at optimum level of operation, optimum level of consumption, etc. So therefore, the word yukta is important. Doesn't talk about any, doesn't say, mention any particular measure, particular unit. Yukta is proper. Just it means proper. Yukta literally means it means proper. So yukta swapnava bodhasya yogaha bhavati. That yogaha dukkha bhavati. The beautiful word dukkha. Yogaha dukkha bhavati. Dukkam hanti. That becomes a killer of, destroyer of dukkha, samsara dukkha. The dukkha caused by samsara. Dukkam hanti iti dukkha. Yogaha dukkha bhavati. Subjective complement. Yogaha dukkha bhavati. Dukkam hanti iti dukkha. Dukkahan shabda. Like vritrahan. Vritraha, vritragna, vritragnaha. Similarly, dukkahan shabda. Dukkaha iti. Pratama vyakti ekavacham. Dukkaha. Dukkam hanti. If you don't follow moderation, then what happens? Yogaha dukkha bhavati. That is dukkha. That is after ka visarga. Here it is dukkha bhavati. If you don't follow moderation, as in the previous shloka, ashnataha, anashnata, ekandam anashnataha, atisapnashirasya, jagrataha, yogaha will become dukkha. Becomes difficult for that person, yoga. That is previous shloka. Dukkha, understand the difference. It's not said, it is just arithmetic. Dukkha. Sukham, dukkam, that dukkha. So moderation in all this will destroy the dukkham where moderation is not there. When moderation is not there, where moderation is there, there will not be success. Not only success will not be there, when moderation is not there, then that yoga will give only dukkham, only cause pain. In addition to already the pain, this also will cause more pain. So dukkham bhavati iti. So dukkhani sarvani hanti iti dukkha. That yogaha bhavati dukkha. Yoga becomes the killer, the destroyer of the dukkham iti. Therefore, iti, the two shlokas addresses the person to be moderate with regard to the annam, action, and sleep. Three important the activities, three important things which a human being does. So for meditation, there should be moderation. Then the next shloka, now starting from the next shloka, 18th shloka. Now here, the swarupam of dhyanam, dhyana swarupa is talked about. Starting from here up to the 32nd shloka, dhyana swarupam and dhyana palam. Nididhyasana Swarupam and Nididhyasana Phalam is talked about. So in the next two shlokas, Dhyana Swarupam is talked about. In between Dhyana Phalam also. So let us read. Dhyana Swarupam is Swarupam of Dhyanam. That is nature of this Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam, when it is done properly, then what would be the nature of it? So by mentioning the nature, what is intended is one has to do Nididhyasanam or Dhyanam like that, as it is mentioned, one has to do. That is the idea. Mentioning of the Swarupam of Nididhyasanam is to achieve that Swarupam, Dhyana Swarupam. That is the purpose. Let us read the shloka. Yada viniyatam chittam
यदा
यदा विनियतं चित्तम्
atmanyevavatisthate
तन्येवावतिष्ठते
nispृगः सर्वकामेभ्यः
निःस्पृहः
सर्वकामेभ्यः
सर्वकामेभ्यः
युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा.
युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा.
Simple shloka. Yada tada. Yada tada, if you know, you can easily find these vakyas and place after yada, after tada. Yada tada. Yada viniyatam. Viniyatam is vi purvaka, vi and ni purvaka, yam dhatu. Yam restrained, therefore withdrawn. Yada chittam viniyatam. Chittam is mind, antakaranam. When the mind is withdrawn, yada chittam viniyatam bhavati. Viniyatam, withdrawn. Withdrawn, the mind, with having withdrawn, that alone is not sufficient. Withdrawn the mind and focus the mind on Dhyaya Vishaya, the object of meditation. That is why in Yoga Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Ashtanga Yoga also, we have Pratyahara. After that, Dhyanam is there. Pratyahara and Dhyana, followed by Dhyana. Pratyahara is withdrawal of the sense organs, withdrawal of the mind. Withdrawal is one thing, and directing them towards the object of meditation, that is the next step. So therefore, viniyatam, withdrawn and focus the mind on dhyaya vishaya, the object of meditation, because the person is doing dhyana, meditation. Nowadays, so many meditations are there talked about. But what here Bhagavan says, that is meditation. All other meditation may be relaxation meditation. But this is what meditation, this is what nididhyasanam, and this is, steps are common. Steps are common. These are the steps to be followed. So focusing the mind on the Dhyaya Vishaya, because the Dhyata is doing Dhyanam, and therefore the mind has to be fixed in Atma in such a way that it is not different. That is what Atmanyeva Avatishtate. Atmani Eva Avatishtate. What? Chittam. The Chittam should be placed in the mind. How will you place it? Chittam is not available for you to handle by your karanam instruments. It's not a tangible thing. So how will you place? Placing, that's why dhyana. Placing is focusing. The placing is only in terms of knowledge. Otherwise, the placing only in terms of placing the mind on the Atma means what? In terms of knowledge. In terms of knowledge, in terms of meditation. Meditation on Atma. Atma is yourself. Therefore, placing the mind on the Jaya Vastu, the Atma, the mind can be, the mind is allowed to be, or the mind is trained to be with Atma. It means Atma Vritti. The Vritti with regard to Atma. The mind is trained to entertain the Vritti of the Atma always. That is what placing the mind in Atma. Agam iti. That generally what happens, so many other vrittis, that Agam is there at the back of all the vritti. But I do I eat, I walk, that vritti is there all the time. So therefore you become eater, walker and all. No, action being there, but not a part, not being a karta of that, not enjoying the doership. It means the as it is, agam, that is atma, placing the mind on that. In the meditation, not being a meditator, in fact, not being a meditator, because meditation is your swarupa. Atma is what it is. So what meditation is, that is your nature. Therefore, what I mean is, it is nothing but knowledge. So placing the mind on Atma is nothing but, that is in the form of only the knowledge, the form of the clarity that is myself. So therefore, placing the mind or entertaining the vritti, which are conducive for Atma Dhyanam. That is what avatishtate, Atmani, Chittam Atmani, avatishtate. Atmani is Saptami. Atmani, Saptami. Atmani, avatishtate. Stadatu. Avapasarga, it will take Atmanipadi. We have seen. So the first the Chittam is withdrawn, then the Chittam is focused, directed. How do you direct the mind towards Atma? By entertaining the thoughts of Atma. That is recollecting what you have heard in Shravanam. That is why it is called Nididhyasanam. Seeing the meaning of the words of the Shastram as taught by the Guru as you. That is called Avatishtate. Avastapanam, placing the mind. And another important thing is mentioned, Nispragaha Sarvakamebhyaha. If Spragha is there, then you cannot place the mind on Atma. You cannot entertain Atma Vritti. You cannot do Nididhyasanam, in other words. So, therefore, Nispragaha, Spragha is longing, desire, Spragha. Longing for the objects of desire. Objects of desire. Object of desire could be that which is seen, the seen objects, and there are unseen objects also, like Swarga, etc. There is desire for Swarga, which we have not seen, but I have desire for Swarga. Shastram, in fact, prescribes certain rituals for gaining Swarga Loka. So people do yajna for gaining Swarga Loka, Swarga Prapti. So, with regard to the objects that are seen or objects which we have not seen, that could be Sprigha. So Sprigha is anything with regard to any object, seen or unseen, should not be there. Nisprigha, referring to the person. Nisprigha sarvakamebhyaha. Nisprigha sprigdatu. So nisprigha sarvakamebhyaha. Sarvakamebhyaha nisprigha. Therefore, there is no asha, there is no ega for this person. There is no ego, there is no longing. Nispragaha san sarvakamebhyaha, with regard to all desires. That is why he said sarvakamebhyaha. Why kamebhyaha is enough? Why sarvakamebhyaha? With regard to objects that are about which you have knowledge, that are seen, about which you have knowledge, and also about the kama, about which you have got some knowledge, but you have not seen the objects, like Swarga, etc. Of course, the knowledge of the object may be there, but you have not seen. Therefore, any objects, anything, sarvakamebhyaha, nispragaha. Therefore, there is freedom, no longing. Therefore, the person enjoys certain inner leisure, freedom. That freedom is important, without which meditation is impossible. With spragha, one cannot sit for meditation. Then one will be entertaining only the kama vastu, icha vastu only, the object which he desires, that only he will do dhyanam. So it becomes icha vastu dhyanam, not really dhyanam, not atma dhyanam. It becomes anatma dhyanam. It becomes anatma dhyanam. Dhyanam, where the object of meditation is anatma vishaya. Therefore, sarva kamebhyaha nispragaha san iti. yukta iti uchyate tada. That person is called yuktaha. Here yuktaha means that person is an accomplished person. Kritakrityaha. He has gained, that is to be gained. Yuktaha, that person is accomplished person. So when the mind is withdrawn from the external Vishayas and when it is placed on Atma, that is by Nididhyasanam, Nispragha son, not having longing for the objects of desire, when a person does, tada, yuktaha iti uchyate, then he is called yuktaha. Then he is called yuktaha, he is an accomplished person, kritakrityaha. Therefore, yes, gained that, he has gained, accomplished person, he has accomplished what is to be accomplished. He has discovered the very meaning of the word security. He has discovered the very meaning of satisfaction. That is myself. He has discovered the Purnatvam in oneself. That is yuktaha, kritakrityaha, yuktaha iti. Samahitaha, yuktaha samahitaha iti uchyate. So therefore, to be a yuktaha, you have to be relatively free from spriha. Spriha, if it is there, spriha, the presence of spriha implies that the person is not at home. The person is under the influence of ragadvesha. The person has longing for arthakama. The person has certain value for arthakama. Artha, towards artha, if a person works for artha, it implies there is a problem of security. Similarly, if a person works for kama, that implies there is problem with regard to satisfaction, with regard to happiness. He is searching for security, is searching for happiness in the objects other than himself, in the external objects. For him, how can there be yoga? So therefore, nispragaha sarvakamebhyaha is very important. Then only he is said to be yuktaha iti. He is an accomplished person. He is accomplished. Even the attempt, to do meditation, that is the beginning. You can say he's an accomplished, as though he's accomplished, because the end is not far away for that person. This person has gained certain mastery over the mind, and he has now gained the ability to place the mind on the Atma for a length of time, and he is free from longing. Therefore, the end is not far. Therefore, you can say he is yuktaha, accomplished. Either he is accomplished or the accomplishment is not far away. That freedom is not far away. Therefore, yuktaha iti vaktum shakyate, yuktaha iti uchyate. Then the next shloka, where the mind, the antakaranam of such a person, the dhyanam, the dhyayi, the yogi is presented. Let us read that, which we have seen in Panchadashi also. The Vidyanamani gave this example for Vidyasanam. That is the person who has mastered dhyanam, who is absorbed completely in dhyanam. For this we quoted this shloka, samadhi. Remember, we have seen samadhi, for a person who is samadhi who is absorbed in meditation, absorbed in himself. For that nivatastaha deepaha is the drishtanta, is the udaharanam given, example given. Let us read the shloka. Yatha deepo nivatastaha
यथा दीपो निवातस्तथा
negate sopama smrita
नेगते सोपमा स्मृता
yogino yata chittasya
योगिनो यतचित्तस्य
yujate yogamatmanaha.
युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः
Yatha Deepaha, yata tata is there. Yata Deepaha, Nivatastha Deepaha. Deepaha, the light. Yata is Yena Prakarena. Here an illustration is given. The illustration is only illustration, otherwise called Upamanam. Upamana is a Pramanam. Upamana is one of the Pramanam. The Shat Pramanani we are seeing Upama. It gives knowledge. Therefore, it is also a Pramanam only. It's a valid Pramanam. We accept Upamanam also as a Pramanam, valid Pramanam. So, here Upamanam, an illustration is given. Through the illustration, you have to understand what is illustrated. So, illustration is here is Nivatastaha Deepaha. Nengate, na ingate. Nivatastaha, Vata is Vayu. Nivataha means Vayu Ragitaha ityartaha. Staha is Tishtati iti staha. Vayu Ragita stane Deepaha, Yaha Deepaha Tishtati, in the place where there is no wind. Wind means there is no powerful wind, there is no flow of wind enough to disturb, enough to extinguish the Deepa. Vayu, the air is required, oxygen is required as much, but doesn't cause any agitation, doesn't cause any disturbance to the Deepa, the flame. So Deepaha na ingate, doesn't shake, it doesn't tremble, na ingate na chalati, doesn't get agitated, the Deepa. Yata Deepa Nivatastaha Deepa. Nivatastaha is the word it talks about Deepa. It is qualifies Deepa. Nivatastaha Deepaha. Deepa, which is again, that's how the language is. It's a beautiful way of saying. Nivatastaha Deepaha. You have to translate it as Deepa, the light, the lamp, which is placed in a place where there is no wind. A long word, a long sentence in English, but in Sanskritam only two. Nivatastaha Deepaha, na ingate, na chalati. So Nivatastaha means Nirgataha Vayuhu. Vataha is Vati iti Vayuhu. Vataha iti means Vayu. Nirgataha Vayuhu, Vataha Yasmat. Saha, referring to Yasmat Saha place. The place from where the Vayu has gone, Vayu not there. Tasmin Stane Tishtati. What this Deepaha? Nivate Stane Tishtati Yaha Deepaha. That is the meaning. So in the Vayuless, airless, windless, not airless, windless place, the Deepa which is placed, na ingate, doesn't shake, as the Deepa doesn't shake. Similarly, Yoginaha Chittasyapi. Similarly, the Yoginaha Yata Chittasya. Similarly, the Chittam of the Yogi and the Chittam is Yata, restrained. It is Yata Chittasya. Yatam Chittam. Yena Saha Tasya Chittasya Yata Chittasya. For the one whose Chittam is, who has mastery over Chittam. Yata Chittasya, who has mastery over the mind, mastery over the Chittam, Yata Chitta. So the Yata Chittam it is Shama, and he has got mastery over the mind. The mind obeys what he says. That's what Yata Chitta. Yata Chittasya. So Yata Chittasya, Yoginaha, whom Yoginaha. Yoginaha Yata Chittasya. Yoginaha Yata Chittasya. And the Deepa is given as an Upama Smrta. That is, the state of the mind of the meditator is explained, is presented with the example, Upama. In the Shastram, the Upama is presented. In Upama, an example is presented in Shastra to show the mind, the disciplined mind of the person, the meditator, how the mind of the person is disciplined, how the mind of the meditator that is a person, is disciplined. To show that this example is given, this illustration is given in the Shastram. Upama Smrta. Upama Smrta, this example, this illustration is Smrta, remembered, presented. What will be the state of the meditator in meditation is presented, is talked about with this example. Given by an example, Yatadipo Nivatastha Nengate Sopama Sprita Yoginaha Yatachittasya iti. Yoginaha Yatachittasya. So the chittam of this person, which is restrained, which is withdrawn by practice, and now it is focused on the Dhyaya Vastu, the object of Vishaya. So the Ashtanga Yoga, the Yama Niyama, all these things are there. Yama Niyama, Bhagyanga Sadhana. Then followed by Asana, Pranayama, Pratyaraha. There are Antaranga Sadhana. Then Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Dharanam, Dhyana, Samadhi. This is Dhyana Swarupa. So, starting from Dharana, focusing the mind, entertaining the thoughts of the object of meditation, that is Ishvara, that is Dhyanam. Allowing the mind to entertain only that Sajatiya Vritti, that is what meditation is. Sajatiya Prabhakara, that is the thoughts which is centered on the object of meditation. That is what meditation, Sajatiya Vritti. Vijatiya Anantarika Sajatiya Vritti Prabhakara Dhyanam. So, entertaining the thoughts which are connected to the object of meditation and making the mind steady on the object of meditation, that is Dhyanam. This is what Yata Chittam is. The mind of the person is now fixed in the object of meditation. How? By practice, Yata Chittaha. Yatam Chittam, the one who has restrained the mind and made to focus on the object of the meditation. That person is called Yata Chittaha. So, therefore, mind remains in the object of meditation. That is called Samadhi. Samadhi is nothing but the matured state of Dhyanam, as we saw, Paktu Avastha, Samadhi. Therefore, Yata Chittasya Yoginaha Yunjataha Yogam Atmanaha Yunjataha San Yogam Atmanaha, the person Yunjataha, uniting, referring to the person. Yunjan, Yunjanto, Yunjantaha, Yunjantam, Yunjanto, Yunjataha. So Yunjataha San, uniting the mind, the person being is uniting the mind with Yunjataha, with what? Yogam Atmanaha. The person uniting the mind, that is placing the mind, fixing the mind, Yogam Yunjan. That is Yogam Yunjan. Yogam can also mean Ashtanga Yoga, following the steps of the Ashtanga Yoga, or Yogam Atmanaha Yogam. That is, the person contemplates on Atma. By contemplating on Atma, is fixing the mind on Atma. Fixing the mind on Atma, he contemplates on Atma. He does Nididhyasanam. So this is the illustration of the mind of the meditator. The mind of the meditator is fixed in the object of meditation, that is Dhyana Swarup. Abundance of the mind in the Atma in meditation, when it becomes mature, that is called as Samadhi. So that is the Swarupam of Dhyanam, Dhyana Swarupam. That is what is presented here. And a beautiful Upama is given. Sopama Smrta. This is the example universally given for the mind which is absorbed in Atma. The unflickering lamp, that is the example. Sopama Smrta. Next sloka we will see. We will see that in the next class. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangapada Kramopanishadaihi गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। धन्यवादाः।
धन्यवाद।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.